Have you ever looked at your resume and thought, I know I have done impressive work, so why do my bullet points make me sound painfully average? That is a problem. You may have saved money, led teams, solved difficult problems, and kept projects from catching fires, sometimes literally. But if your bullet points read like a copied job description, recruiters may never see your value. They just see another person who was responsible for things. And responsible for is where good accomplishments go to take a nap. Hi, my name is Michael Akbar with Yes Career Coaching. After helping more than 6,000 professionals strengthen their careers, we have seen highly qualified candidates get overlooked because their resume described activity instead of proving impact. In this video, you will learn how to write powerful bullet points in resume content that attract attention past the initial scan and help you land your interviews. I will also give you a quick test near the end that can tell you whether any bullet on your resume deserves to stay or needs to be rewritten. And if you know your experience is stronger than your resume currently makes it look, schedule a consultation with Yes Career Coaching through the link below. We can help you turn what you have actually accomplished into a resume that sells your value clearly. Let's get into it. The first thing to understand is that recruiters do not hire responsibilities. They hire evidence. They want to know what happened because you were there. Most weak resume bullets simply describes what the person was expected to do. Managed projects, attended meetings, supported customers, prepared reports. That may be accurate, but it does not tell the recruiter whether you were effective. It only proves that you had a job description. Your bullet points need to go one step further. They need to show the action you took, the work you performed, and the results or the value you created. A simple formula is action plus scope plus result. Start with what you did. Add enough content to show scale and complexity. Then finish with what changed because of your work. For example, instead of saying managed cross-functional teams to develop products, you could say led cross-functional teams of 5 to 25 employees launch 6 new products ahead of schedule, accelerating time to market. The first version tells you were involved. The second tells you led people, handled meaningful scale, delivered 6 products, and moved faster than expected. That is a very different impression. Now, let's start with action verbs because the first word of a bullet matters. Weak bullet often begin with phrases like responsible for, helped with, worked on, assisted in. Those phrases make you sound like you were standing near the work when something happened. You want verbs that show ownership. Led, built, developed, launched, improved, reduced, negotiated, designed, implemented, transformed, generated, directed, spearheaded. Spearheaded can also work, although if every bullet says spearheaded, your resume may begin to sound like you spend your entire career charging into battle. Choose the verb that most accurately reflects your contribution. If you led, say led. If you improved, say improved. If you supported, you can still say supported, but explain what your support accomplished. Strong writing is not about exaggeration. It's about being precise enough that value becomes visible. The next step is quantification. Numbers are powerful because they make your achievements concrete. They help recruiters understand scale. They also break up the page visually, which makes the resume easier to scan. Look for percentages, dollar amounts, team sizes, volumes, timelines, customer counts, projects completed, territories covered, or satisfaction scores. Instead of saying created social media campaigns, say launch 9 multi-channel campaigns across LinkedIn, email, and social media, increasing event attendance by 15%. Instead of saying improved an internal process, say redesign the monthly reporting process, reducing preparation time from 3 days to 1 and saving approximately 16 staff hours per month. Numbers make the results feel real. But what if you do not have exact data? This is where people freeze. They think, I never tracked the numbers, so I guess I cannot show impact. You still have options. Use reasonable estimates where you can support them. Use frequency, scale, or comparison. You might say, supported more than 50 clients annually, coordinated a team of approximately 12, reduced a weekly process by 2 days, or handled one of the department's highest volume accounts. You can also use qualitative outcomes when numbers are generally unavailable. Improved executive visibility, reduced recurring errors, strengthened compliance, enabled faster decision-making, increased consistency across teams. The important thing is to show what became better. Just do not invade numbers because you think a percentage will make the bullet look prettier. Fiction belongs in novels, not employment verification. Now, here's another major mistake. Many professionals try to fit their entire job into every bullet. The result is a sentence so long that by the time the recruiter reaches the outcome, they have already forgotten how it started. Keep most bullets to 1 or 2 lines when possible. Give each bullet one main job. One bullet might show revenue impact, another might show leadership, another might show process improvement, another might show problem solving. You do not need every detail. You need the details that support your candidacy for the next role. That is a critical point. Your bullet points are not an archive of everything you have ever done. They are selected evidence for the position you want now. So start a job description. What capabilities does the employee care about most? Leadership, growth, operational efficiency, client relationships, technical execution, cross-functional collaboration. Your strongest bullets should reflect those priorities. This is also how you improve your chances with the applicant tracking system without awkwardly stuffing keywords into your document. Use the language of the role naturally when it accurately describes your experience. If the employer repeatedly mentions stakeholder management and you have done it, use that phrase in a strong accomplishment. Do not simply paste keywords into a skill section and hope that the computer feels generous that day. Context makes keyword more credible. Now, let's talk about tougher roles where results can feel less obvious. Administrative support, compliance, HR, legal, operations, and similar functions do not always produce direct revenue. That does not mean they lack measurable value. Ask what your work enabled, prevented, improved, or protected. An administrative professional might replace responsible for new hire training with designed 150-page onboarding handbook and coordinated training sessions for more than 50 new employees annually, improving consistency across the onboarding process. A compliance professional might write reviewed high-risk transactions and strengthen documentation procedures, reducing repeat audit findings. An HR professional might say redesign the interview scheduling process, cutting average coordination time by 30% and improving the candidate experience. These are business outcomes. Revenue is only one of the value. Saving time, reducing risk, improving quality, and helping other people perform better all matter. For more complex achievements, you can borrow the logic of STAR method. Think about the situation, the task, the action, and the result. You will not put all 4 parts into a long story on the resume. You will compress them. What problem existed? What did you personally do? What changed? For example, suppose a project was behind schedule and different departments were blaming one another. Your weak bullet point might say, coordinated project meetings. Your stronger bullet might say recognize cross-functional project governance, clarified ownership across 4 departments, and brought a delayed implementation back on schedule within 6 weeks. That bullet tells a story. You saw a problem, you took action, the project improved. That is what recruiters remember. Now let's address one more issue, repetition. If several bullets begin with managed, 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 the reader starts to tune out. Vary your verbs, but more importantly, vary the value you show. Do not write 5 bullets that all prove you attended meetings. Show different dimensions of your performance. One bullet can show leadership, one can show innovation, one can show measurable results, one can show collaboration, one can show scale. And prioritize them. Your strongest and most relevant bullet should usually appear first under each role. Do not bury the achievement that could get you an interview under 3 bullets about routine duties. Recruiters may never reach it. Here is a quick test, I promise. Read each bullet and ask, so what? If the bullet says prepared monthly reports, ask, so what? If the answer is unclear, the bullet is incomplete. Maybe the report gave executives faster access to performance data. Maybe they uncovered a recurring cost issue. Maybe they improved forecasting accuracy. Put that value into the bullet. Then ask a second question. Could this bullet appear on the resume of almost everyone who held this job? If the answer is yes, it is probably too generic. Your bullet should reflect your contribution, not just the occupation. So go through your resume one bullet at a time. Does it start with a strong, accurate action verb? Does it show scope or complexity? Does it explain the result? Is the result quantified where possible? Is it relevant to the job you want? And does it sound like something you accomplished rather than something the company expected from everyone in that role? If not, rewrite it. Your bullet points are not minor details. They are the proof behind your entire professional story. A strong summary may capture attention, but the bullet points are what convince the recruiter that your claims are real. And when they are clear, specific, and results focused, they can completely change how your experience is perceived. If you know you have created meaningful results but are struggling to put them into words, Yes Career Coaching can help. We help professionals uncover achievements they often overlook and translate them into compelling resumes, LinkedIn profiles, and interview stories. Schedule a consultation through the link in the description if you want personalized support, turning your experience into a stronger case for your next opportunity. And if this video helped you, subscribe to Yes Career Coaching for more practical strategies on resumes, interviews, job search, and career advancement. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.